Welcome to Blade HQ, everybody. Today is a special day. It is May 13th, 2024, and it is the first Monday after our grand opening. It was a great party. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. You'll get to see all the coverage from that. My voice is a little shot from it because I was yelling into a microphone the whole day, but it was a great time, and it was great to meet so many of you. But without further ado, let's talk about some new knives, starting with the Chavez Scapegoat exclusives, which are dropping this week. I'm really excited about these because these are Chaves with a bolster lock. So we have a micarta inlay that goes all the way up to the bolster, so that will prevent your finger from inhibiting the lock bar. Something with frame locks, especially big wide frame locks like Chaves, is you need to make sure your fingers are off the lock bar. I tend to rest them on the pocket clip with the Chaves, but you have to make sure off the lock bar or you'll seriously increase the detent force and make it a little bit harder to open. But this one, no trouble with that because of that micarta. I think it just gives it a really nice look. I grabbed this black micarta black because I thought it was the best looking, but there's a ton of variants coming out this week. I'm very excited for them. Pricing is gonna vary. I can tell you the base Scapegoat costs $300. I imagine these will cost somewhere in the same ballpark. So those are dropping this week. Make sure you're on the wish list for those. Other things dropping this week are our exclusive Inkosi models. So Reeve Knives has done another exclusive for us. We have these sort of higher polished, I wouldn't call it polished, but slightly smoother on the titanium, and then these big carbon fiber inlays, Magna Cut drop point blade. This is the small, and we also have the large coming this week. And I do enjoy these. I'll tell you my favorite thing about the Inkosi and the Sebenza is that feature that I'm showing off right there. Its handle bias is a little heavy and it stands proud of the table. So if you're cutting, you can just set your knife there and know that your edge is safe. Very nice indeed. So the small of this is going for $600 and the large for $665. Definitely some spendy knives, but they're Reeve, they're made in the USA, and they are the benchmark of quality knives. Next up, new from Canp, we have the Nest Street. And this one, we've seen the Nest Street before as a liner or a frame lock, but this one we have a button lock, a Damascus blade, and this copper foil carbon fiber. Very pretty. I think it's kind of fun that they call it the Nest Street because it definitely has some Nest Muck vibes, but it is a slick folder, carry on the street. Very nice indeed. This one goes for $133.89. Now, if you want this design, but you don't want to spend that kind of money, I am pleased to introduce Tenable knives. This is the budget subsidiary of Canp that has just come out. Sort of like Civivi to Wii or CJRB to Artisan or Best Tech Man to Best Tech. This is a really cool thing. We're getting a very similar design, a button lock, just as fidgety and everything. However, we're trading that Damascus and carbon fiber for 14C28N and micarta, and these start at $57.89. A very good deal for a very fidgety knife. They're doing a really good job with button locks over in China right now. So if you like this design, I'd pick them up because less than 60 bucks is getting you a really great knife. Another Tenable knife we have is the Prometheus. And this one's special, in my opinion, because of the way its liners are milled out on the inside. They're very, very skeletonized. It's quite a bit lighter than you think it's gonna be. And you get a nice stout blade of 14C28N, kind of in a Warncliffe sheep's foot-esque profile. It's gonna be great for those everyday carry cuts you do all the time. Got a nice pivot collar, micarta handle, 14C28N blade. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure this is running on bearings. You don't get that smooth very often without bearings. Yes, and we have a milled pocket clip, and these ones start at $48.89, and milled pocket clips at sub $50 is a pretty rare sight. In fact, there are many knife companies out there that will upcharge you more than $50 just for the milled pocket clip. So, exciting to see that from that new brand Tenable. We don't have a whole lot of Tenable stuff at Blade HQ right now, but in the future we will be seeing more of it, and I'm excited to see it because I love Canp knives and their designs, and I'm excited to see the budget-friendly side of it as well. Next up, from Tour Knives, we have the Avalon. Now, to most of us, we'd see this like, oh, Tour made a fillet knife. And they did, and look at that, got a nice flex to it. CPM 154 steel, very thin edge, very sharp, very slicey. This knife's pretty cool. However, this is what separates it from a lot of fillet knives for me, is this handle. This is a milled G10 handle. Oftentimes when we see fillet knives, we'll see like a TPR handle or some other injection molded rubber that's gonna make it a little bit less slippery. And while I've never seen one wear out, I do know that like rubber O-rings like to wear out and stuff, but I've never seen a G10 handle wear out. So you're probably not gonna be quite as grippy when wet and gooey from fish, but I do know that this G10 handle will still be ticking long after you are gone. So a very nice addition from Tour Knives, and really good flex, really good temper, always locks right back straight. Nice Kydex sheath as well, good snap, got some orange lips on it to remind you that this is a camping or a fishing knife. Make it a little more high vis, especially if you are fishing at night. Very fun indeed. Well done, Tour Knives. This one goes for $250. Made in the USA, backed by a great warranty, comes from a great company. Gotta love Tour. Next up from Giant Mouse, we have a new Biblio XL. And I don't know what they did with this blue G10, but it is the most vibrant blue G10 I've ever seen. Just pops, like pierces the eye. Very nicely done. And then the blade, I love to see this. We have a Venatus 4 Extra, which is an equivalent of CPM 4V for you steel nerds out there. You're gonna get great toughness and edge retention, although I will tell you, this one is a bit rusty if you are not careful. So a fun thing about 4V is this steel is what Laren Thomas was thinking he could turn MagnaCut into a stainless version of. So it was really a benchmark steel. A lot of people love it. It's very high quality, has a great wear resistance. That tends to bring it a bit of a price tag. This one goes for $245 because it takes a lot of belts to get through this hard steel, but you'll get off the charts edge retention. And is that not just the best looking blue G10 you've ever seen? I want to know where they got it, who they talked to, because I want to see it on everything now. What a beautiful color. Very nicely done, Giant Mouse. And then lastly on the table, we have a knife I'm very excited for. This is the ProTech Rockeye exclusive Operator. So the Operator series from ProTech is known for having a completely sterile, meaning no logos anywhere. Nothing you see, no ProTech name, no steel, no nothing. And then a tritium inlay in the button. Most operators have green tritium, but this is an exclusive to Blade HQ. For the first time, we have a blue tritium inlay. So it'll pop a little bit differently the next time you are shopping for an operator, and it'll definitely stand out for all you operator collectors out there. I have one operator knife myself, and it has a green tritium button. I think I prefer the green tritium, but I'm happy to see that we have some more options out there as well. Very nice indeed. Anyway, those are all the new knives we have for this week. So you can find all of these and more at bladehq.com, and we'll be back on Friday with a new video for you guys, as well as next Monday with more new knives. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.